on the YouTubes, on the interwebs, as my mother calls it. All right, everybody, welcome to JH Media Spotlight here on JLJ Media. I was watching an episode of ours, Frank, it was the first day back after the show had no shows. It was like August. The interwebs. Shut up, James. It was like August 2020. And it was me, Carla, and Lucretia. It was the most hilarious show. Oh my God, it was hilarious. So shout out to everybody. It was hilarious. As we do our 10-year anniversary, it was hilarious. I say you guys watch this. I think it's like August 8th, 2020, or whatever. It might not be on my pages because I watched it. I actually watched it. So it might be on my pages. But it was, the four of us were hilarious. We had a good time. That's what the show, remember, because the show, they ran out of shows.
That's right.
5 years ago, we ran out of shows.
Oh, what a time to be alive.
There's all these classics that were not before 2012. But hi, welcome to the show. It is the 62nd anniversary of General Hospital. Congratulations. Frank Moran is here to help me talk about that and the week that was in Port Charles. Hi, Frank Moran.
James Lott Jr. Yeah, I will not have many great things to say about that episode.
And I'm the opposite. I actually liked it. This will be fun. Considering the last episode on Bold, I fought three ladies. There was one dude and three ladies. And I was being accused of stuff in the chat, and I loved it. To accuse me of stuff, I love it. I stand by everything I said as a man. All I got to say about that. And saying that, these are church announcements. Bold and Beautiful is up. So you can check it out. Candace Mack, Tammy Govea, and Amanda Russ, and me talked about that, and it's out now, audio and video. And earlier today, we kicked it off earlier. Me, Amanda Russ, and Tammy Govea talked about The Young and the Restless. That is out also, audio and video. Shout out to Tony Moore, who was in our last chat, making fun of us. Because Edition Days is on after us at 3 o'clock over at Edition Days. It's the pre-week before Allison Sweeney returns as Sammy Brady.
Mm.
If you know that, what I'm talking about, it's a very iconic thing for Sammy Brady to come back to the show. And Allison Sweeney. So that's on there. Also, check out, this is General Hospital related.
Dear Dr. K, I used to think I was...
Quiet. Hot off the presses, you guys. Tammy Govea's new show, or old show, we brought back, called Voices of Daytime with Tammy Govea, is out now with Jeff Kober, who played Cyrus. Part 1 is out. Thank you. So all you guys who watched it already, it's out, and Part 2 comes out this Thursday. So check. It's a really great conversation. I listened to it, and she's in person. So they're actually at a studio, and she has more coming. So follow Voices of Daytime on Instagram. Voices of Daytime was one long word, and you'll see she has some great guests lined up.
And
so
romantic tension is there.
It's there. When you see it, Tammy floats in the room, as she always does. So I agree with Frank. I stopped watching it. Where was Jason and Monica? How funny. We'll get there. But also, I'm just going to give shout outs to, because so this week we had the 62nd anniversary of this. It was also Eric Braden's 84th birthday. If you know of Victor Newman, who he is, which many of us do, whether you watch the show or not, he is a legend, daytime legend. He's my friend also. I talked to him this week. My friend, the legend. But it's also his birthday. And he's front burner storyline every day on Ryan Hogg. I just want to give a point. It's amazing. I mean, some folks' age is just a number. It really is, Frank.
That's true.
And speaking of people, Patrika Darbo, my other friend, it's her birthday today. And I love her. She was on Days of Our Lives and Bold and Beautiful. Plus, she played Roseanne in the Roseanne movie. She was on Step by Step. She's been around for years. Patrika is one of the nicest people in the business. And I would give a shout out to her. It's her birthday today, too.
Man, just lots of soap royalty.
Lots of daytime royalty. Seriously, lots of daytime royalty out there doing this. Because this show, all these shows, we're all connected. We're all connected somehow. And Sean Kanan, you want to watch him do karate this week on Bold and Beautiful. Apparently it's happening. They're mixing his Cobra Kai, Mike Barnes, Deacon Sharp. They're mixing it together. We saw the preview this week, and he uses karate on another character, Frank.
Nice.
Can't wait to see it. He has karate chopping. Oh, wait. A little cross promotion. You know that. I think those are all the tricks I'm telling you. Is there anything else I need to say? Also, the next couple months will be a little choppy when it comes to shows on Sundays. We will be here next week, but not Easter Sunday. And then we'll be back again after that. And the first 2 weekends in May, we will not be here because it's my birthday. And the first weekend, I'll be in Las Vegas.
Getting married.
Yeah, me and Flo are getting married. I want to tell you guys. And then he's gonna watch it go, wait, we're getting married. And then the following weekend is Mother's Day, but it's also my actual birthday. So I'll be celebrating with my mom. So but we'll be back after that. And Memorial Day weekend, I plan on being here. I told Frank he wants to come. He can come, he wants to take it off, he can take it off, but I'm not going to Memorial Day weekend. They'll be barbecuing down the street. I'll go see them later. I'll do my shows. So it's a little choppy for the next couple months. That's all. And in the summertime, there'll be a few things too, but just make sure you follow us. JH Wing Spotlight's on Facebook, so make sure you follow us for all the updates.
Yeah, and let your fans know where you're registered, James, so they can.
I'm registered at Randy's Donuts. Yeah, me and Flo we both love donuts. We both love donuts. So Randy's Donuts or King Donuts, Sidecar, any donut place we're just registered everywhere.
There you go. Love it.
Oh, a donut cake, like made of donuts, each ring or something. Yeah, so that's what it is. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. He doesn't watch the show. He does watch these shows sometimes. He's gonna kill me, I'm sure. But yes, that's what. But we'll be here next week, so for sure we're gonna do that next week. Wait for that. And also this week, speaking of Flobo, he's my guest on my show tomorrow night on JLJ this evening. I get you on the show too. JLJ this evening. And this week also, one of my other shows this week is on my roof. I actually give you a whole full update and pictures.
Nice.
That's everything.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You demanded. I shouldn't say requested. Demanded that the workers work just in Speedos.
Well, no, I said jock straps. I was like, jock straps are fine. Yeah. A Speedo was first, but they were like, yeah, it's hot. It was hot this week. So we did that. Also, it's very windy this week too, so it would have been not fun either way. But I don't know. But what just dropped? Oh, my fly swatter just dropped. I'm sorry. A lot of flies too. Everything's flying around in LA. It's a beautiful day, folks. You guys have no idea. Beautiful day in LA. Okay, let's get started. So Frank, I want to start because I have 2 names: Emma Drake Scorpio, or Scorpio Drake, and Jocelyn Jax. One storyline, I was like, ugh, and now I'm in. The other storyline, I was like, and now I'm out. So Frank, I'm gonna let you choose which one. Hi, everybody in chat. Which one should we start with first? Jocelyn Jax or Emma Scorpio Drake?
Well, because I why not? As they say, accentuate the positive. They start with the one that was kind of and now you're kind of hey.
Emma.
Oh.
I have to say, it's so weird when they write characters on sometimes, how they get it wrong sometimes. Just like, why? Now I'm interested in Emma. I am now, again, another week, I am totally interested. I'm interested in what she did in California. I wonder what she did in California. That's so bad. They've totally softened her up for me in a way that she still believes all this kind of Greenpeace stuff or whatever. Somebody's using some words, whatever. She's into that. But they actually is softening her for me. And I love that. I love that she's connected to the Quartermains. We know why. We had that talk before. We know why. We're kind of seeing her toned down a little bit. And I don't know. I'm just again, she's really growing on me now. Like I feel okay. Now I'm really curious. What did she do in California that was so bad? That didn't want to tell anybody. So that's to come out at some point. But he wisely brought in Anna. The trial itself made me laugh. but I'll take it because it's Jane Elliott. I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it. But I was like, come on, girl. But even the judge was kind of like, why not? Even he was kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. But Homegirl, who plays the ADA, which is Carlo Rota's real life wife, who plays Sidwell, that's his real life wife. I like her. I like her too. I'm glad she's on too. And she's getting a little, she's like trying to get to know people, talking to Sunny, talking to Trina. So it was all born out of this Emma stuff. So I just want to say there, I wasn't excited, but I'm a little more, Crystal, same here. I'm a little more interested in Emma too. Frank, I want Frank to destroy this, I'm sure.
James, I will agree, and it confuses me, and maybe slightly frustrates me. I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm that invested, but it just confused me why GH kind of like makes it more difficult for themselves when they bring back certain characters or introduce characters, uh, because like the way they brought Emma on was just so like
Oh,
bringing her something in along the lines of what we're getting in now would have been great. But I don't know why they just made it so difficult and made so many people just immediately be like, ugh,
right.
why did you take this character we all enjoyed previously and just kind of make her not very appealing?
Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't get it either.
Yeah.
So,
So them course correcting or whatever they decided to do, they realized that whether this is always their plan or they just realized how they introduced her was just not working, and so they softened it. However, the decision was made. This is much more enjoyable, and clearly, whatever happened on the West Coast is going to come back somewhere in Port Charles and follow her there. Interesting though that like not even her parents, one that her parents didn't even know about it, two that there's like an NDA that she can't, that they know nothing about this.
I'm
Seems
curious.
Yeah, seems very weird that both Robin and Patrick would be so oblivious to that.
That's why I love it. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
curious, what is this? I mean, that's what I'm saying. This will be very interesting to see how, hopefully, don't ruin it, how it plays out. That is something really big, or maybe something really unusual that'll come back. The chat's like they're glad Emma's out of jail. Joy thinks that maybe Emma is WSB. The California thing is something in part of a cover.
could be interesting. Could be what if Jocelyn and Emma's things are kind of connected somehow.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Jocelyn is investigating Emma's past misdeeds or whatever.
Stateside Street podcast. I'm intrigued now. I'm glad they pivoted a bit with Emma. She's more tolerable now. So I agree. I'm saying now I agree with you. I'm just like now I can I'm okay with her. Like I'm curious to see what they're going to do with her now. Before I didn't care. I just didn't care before. Now I'm like, okay. I still like Emma that much. That's fine. It's just beginning. It's just beginning. We never know. But the way they wrote her in the beginning was just so off-putting. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I can see why people didn't like her. I was just like, this is so off-putting. But now they're fleshing her out a bit. So I agree with you, Frank. I don't know if it was on purpose or they just who knows.
And the scene, uh, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the scene between her and Anna, in Anna's office, where she has to explain to Anna why she was so passionate about protecting the Quartermaine crypt and her feelings about the Quartermaine family. It's like, I mean, Anna, you were there, like you, like you know what the deal is.
Oh, remember Anna wasn't there.
Oh, she wasn't for that. She wasn't back by then.
No, that's the whole point. That's what she said to Sunny later. That's one of my biggest regrets that I was not there. She was on all my children. But she wasn't there. She wasn't there yet. She wasn't for that stuff. She wasn't for that whole thing with Alan, with the whole age stuff. She was not there,
Well,
and
no,
and the
even the
Plutonium
Met. Oh, okay, gotcha.
wasn't there. Not for Emma. No, not at all. No, she wasn't there. That's why she goes, I feel bad that I
Well,
wasn't there for all that.
then I retract my
There you
feelings.
go. That's why I liked it, because she actually explained to the audience kind of like, this is what's going on. Because literally, we're like, why is she acting like that? For me, I was like, why is she acting like this? And you're not a Quartermaine, but that's not the point. They've done so much in her life. And how when she starts saying, and Alan was there for Robin
Right.
stuff. So yeah, so later when she talked to Sunny, on the 62nd episode, which we'll get to that, of course. That was kind of cool. He's like, he will always be grateful to her for Robin because of that. And he goes, and Robin, let me give you this. It was like a little kiss on the cheek. I was like, that's kind of
there you go. A big, full-lipped kiss on the open mouth.
Sunny were never like that, Frank. They never did that. They never did that. But no, but I thought, but either way, I'm glad that they're toning him down a little bit. So I thought that was kind of, let's make her likable. Let's make her, Tracy likes her. I love that. It's good. It's good. Gio, that could be something. Her and Gio, I can, that he is a Quartermain. We're gonna find out. Obviously, he's a Quartermain. So that she could be there for him when he finds out. Obviously, his life's been lied to. I mean, they're setting that up. They're setting that up. Oh, but I missed my mother when she died. And I was like, oh, they're setting it up. They're setting it up.
Even that ADA scene with Trina or the Metro Court, where she's like, I got nothing for you. You know.
Right. I was always asking me. I said, like you said, Devin said she tried it with Trina. I know Trina had nothing to give her, so I don't give her. She'll know that well or anything. So anything. Like okay. She's like, thanks. Have a nice day. But it's like, I just glad that they're starting to play. Emma and Gio can go. You have to have younger people, Daisy Flower. You have to have younger people on the show. I don't mind them if they continue in a direction that's meaningful. They have potential. I think they have potential. I disagree with you. I think they have potential.
No, I agree. With Emma being softened, and we just need to see more of the two of them together to build up that kind of rooting interest in them. I
agree. I agree with that. So I agree with that. Trina saw through that DA. She did. She was like, But it's not Sunny. Her and Sunny. Did I see chemistry between Sunny and the DA? I did. I saw a little chemistry. I was like, oh, okay. I don't know what's going on there. Mm-hmm. And Sunny was with them dimples and smiling at her, like, mm-hmm. That's right, kids. They're done. But anyway, so that's why I start with Emma first. The next one will be Joss. I'm trying to politely, how can I say this? I love, E. McCoy's my girl. I want to have a job and all that. So I mean, I'm like, with that. And I'm glad she is, and her becoming WSB is fine with me. That, all of this, I didn't need to see.
This was incredibly lame training. This was like, better to have just said it all happened off camera and leave it to our imagination than to show us this just kind of watered down, lame situations that she was in.
I agree.
Oh, awful. And it's just like, it doesn't have to be huge, but you just need to show me that, take everything off camera, all the training, and then just have her come back just a little bit more, like just a little different. Nothing sway, because she needs to be herself and not show that anything's different, but that she has more of just an inherent confidence, or just so that we know that she has been changed by everything that's happened off camera. This is yikes. We're gonna get plenty of Jocelyn kind of like, oh, I don't know. Ugh.
I know. I'm with Frank 1,000%. This Vaughn character's doing nothing for me.
Well, thank goodness he's coming to Port Charles.
I mean, like, again, no shame to the actor or anything. Just that I just don't. He does nothing for. I'm not excited about him. Not okay. I guess he's coming.
Yeah, I mean, if they're trying to set up, like how Michael Vartan and
Bristow.
Yeah, just like, okay, great, but this guy's not bringing that sort of kind of heat right at the moment. So,
well, I'm like, okay, there's nothing for me.
He keeps reminding me of, and certainly he's older enough, but Luke from the OC. That's what he keeps reminding me.
Yeah, kind of, yes. And it's like, you're right. He reminds me of somebody too. It's like that hair is a hair or whatever.
Welcome to the WSB, bitch.
Yes, I just. Callie, Nola, I agree with you. Why do we need this character? That's the question I'm asking. I'm like, I'm with you. I just don't. I don't know. I guess I just anyway. I don't want to belabor that point because we have things to talk about. But it's like this storyline. Now that she's home, she arrived home at the end on Friday. I'm curious now where it goes.
Yeah, I mean,
So like,
yeah, there's something going on in Port Charles that Jack wants her checking out. So
yes, and I could change my mind. And Joy's like, I guess you're supposed to believe that you only need 2 weeks of training and go into field more ridiculousness. Joy, I guess it's one of those things where we're going to suspend belief and time is because Frank's all about that. He just
yeah,
gives it's just quick time. That's it.
because answer me this: would you rather see months and months of the kind of scenes that we've been getting of her training? No, nobody wants to see this. So much like anybody studying to be a nurse in General Hospital, nobody wants to see people going to classes or studying for their exams. No, I am always a fan of cut to the more interesting thing, which is her already being a nurse, her already being a WSB agent. Who cares about the training? I am willing to suspend all the disbelief to just get me to the more interesting thing, which is her already being that thing.
You want to see nurses in action? Watch Grey's Anatomy, watch Nurse Jackie, watch The Pit, watch ER, Chicago Home. You want to see how interesting? Watch all that. Chicago Maid, watch all that. I don't want to see that on General Hospital. Crystal, I agree, but some newer viewers may need to see the whole WSB stuff to understand the story.
But
I
no,
don't think they're thinking about that either.
no, it's like saying that you would need to see all the FBI things to understand the story.
Right.
I mean, WSB is like any sort of like FBI, CIA. I don't think you need to see all the intricacies of training, which this show has been terrible at. Like so far the WSB is the low end of the government
Right.
secret agencies based on their training that they're doing.
Right. Nurses get less training time. Willow, I know. But I guess here's the thing. I will be okay with that. That part makes because yeah, I'm okay with that. It's just like that. It was not exciting.
No. Did you want to see who here wanted to see all of Willow studying to be a nurse? Was anybody crying like I really needed to see Willow cracking
Isn't
those
it?
books and
It
being
is
a
how
nurse?
yeah. It is how Liz and Willow became a nurse. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, nobody
So,
cares. Nobody
who
cares
cares?
about
I don't
that.
care. Nobody cares. I love it. Who do I go to next? I'm trying to think. There's so many directions to go. Well, we'll go with Christina. We're doing the chicks right now. So no. We're going to Christina. No, I don't want to go first because he made me jump. Let's go to Sidwell.
Mm-hmm.
See, now Natalia, now we're getting somewhere. Because when he told her, you will not, he screamed at it. I jumped. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, Carlo Rota, you're working it out. And because you just like, you're high and mighty with her glass of champagne. Like, what are you doing? And wait till I tell him, he was like, you will never, ever. So something happened to that marriage. And it seems like she was in charge, kind of. Like, what was going on there? And then obviously Marcos is their son, which means Blaze is their daughter, obviously. So he finally got confirmation. But that whole conversation was like reminding us that this guy can be dangerous. I think this character is one. I'm so into this character. I'm so in.
I'm really interested in this, but also for the fact that, I mean, I guess we'll find out more of Natalia's past, which is great. But uh, yeah, the way he came in hot on her about that,
Yes.
like he was
Yes.
fine with their marriage until she blew it up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Great, where it's like he's kind of walking this gray area. He's done some bad things, but like in areas of the world where there were, no laws. So we have so far haven't seen him, I mean, sure, and he held, her for a bomb attack so yes, yeah, in Port Charles. But I like this. I like this. It's nice. It balances it out. It doesn't make him like a total evil guy. That there's like no, but there was something in that relationship that he didn't want to have happen, and Natalia just blew it all up.
Yeah, she blew it all up. So what? I wonder what happened. So I'm interested now. Okay, still was scared me too, James. No, when he did it, I was like, oh, I was like, okay. I'm like, because we didn't expect it. It was like, oh, like he's mad at her. Like he's like really mad at her. So I'm like, what did she do? Like, what was she doing? So this chick, apparently, besides being a bigot, obviously was a cheater or something too. Because he's like, you broke up our family. So I'm like, what is she? I'm like, what is she? I'm like, now I'm interested. Now, give me some, because we know Eva Kalu can act. She has an Emmy. She has Emmy nomination. She can win. So now we can see this. And this guy, now they're planting him in because not only is he funding the whole nurses' ball, we'll get to that little later, doing that. He's meeting with folks, and again, he doesn't care. He's like, yeah, I'm here to help. I'm here to be nice. He's just smiling his way through. There's something European about him, something, but I can believe he's dangerous too. Like there's something. I loved him and Sonny. Total turn. Sonny didn't expect that. I think he was like, no, I want you to hear. I'm not here to fight you. Like, Sonny don't quite believe it, but it's kind of like, it caught him off guard a little bit. Like, oh, he expected to say that. So I'm just saying this Sidwell character, I kind of like him. This could be, if they write it correct and continue writing correctly, he could be a really great, like you say, gray area character.
Yeah. And based on just what we know at this point so far, I feel like Marcos is definitely at his father's side of whatever happened.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because I mean, if he's representing him as a lawyer and stuff, I feel like he's in tight with Dad. But
And
that's
Dad probably doesn't care he's gay.
Yeah.
It's really funny. I came from when I first came out. My father was the first one. Was like, oh, that's fine. It didn't bother him. Mother a little harder, but father, no. He was like, everybody thinks of me the dad. It's like, no, my mother, okay. So maybe we'll find out about that. Maybe he loves Blaze. Maybe he knows about Blaze. Maybe he knows all this stuff. He's fine. And again, something Natalia was doing. And he's European. He's worldly. He's just like, it's whatever. You're my son. I can see him saying, "You're my son."
Yeah.
Like Sonny with Christina. Like you're my daughter. I don't care. So I'm wondering. I'm really curious about if they better pick it up on Monday, tomorrow. Pick it up, right? I want to see what they're going to say. Right? She's very interesting. But isn't Lucas getting on your nerves though? Lucas getting on my nerves.
Ugh,
This guy, this hot man wants you. You're like, like, oh my God, Lucas, it's not even cute anymore. You're a grown ass man.
Yes.
Either date him or not date him. Like, just what are you doing? He can get anybody. Now I want him to go for Brad. It's kind of funny, and then Lucas has to sit there on the sideline. Shit, my nerves.
I mean, like anybody he cries to about, or like I don't know, like just get together. It is not that big.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not asking you to marry me. Or anything. It was like hello, like just like I shouldn't call him. I should go like oh my. But then you were 20 minutes late to meet him. I would have been like bye. Hey, are we waiting long, or where he said to him, or where you go? I'm like hello.
Yeah, and he came dressed so great. Like he just rolled out of bed and just showed up at the Metro Court. Like, come on, dude. You're connected with this guy that you got a crush on. Step it up a bit, Lucas.
Yes. Oh yeah, Devin's like, and Carly was like, that was funny how Carly swooped in. She's like, who's that man? Who's that? What's going on?
Yeah.
I laughed so hard because Homeboy had left. I forgot she was still at the table. I forgot she was still off camera at the table. And then when she was like, she literally, you always saw was her hair. She scooped in like, so who's that? Oh my God, I was laughing so hard. I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, that's right. They have another son too, who's a musician apparently. Unless they've changed that, you guys.
Yeah.
That was 2 writing regimes ago. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Ryan Kwan, who wrote some of the episodes last week, was from Days of Our Lives. Now he's on General Hospital. So shout out to Ryan. I love you.
Yeah. I mean, he could have dabbled in music a little bit earlier and then he went to law school. So
yeah, something, who knows, right? But it may have, I mean, I don't know at this point.
How many siblings are in that family?
Yeah, so that could be a third or just the same. I'm sorry, folks. There's somebody's little car alarm is going off. It's like right in my ear.
Yeah. I mean, so far we've only heard mention of one brother. So, yeah, that doesn't mean that there could be a second or that this brother could have started off as a musician and changed to a lawyer.
Or they just changed the whole thing. They said, we're going to do it. Because these storylines, we don't want those either, Frank.
Yeah.
I don't want those either. I'll take the lawyer stuff. And how appropriate. And I love that Diane was like, why here? I'm glad because Frank always says that about poor Charles, how worldly it isn't. But she asked, and she said, well, why here? Like, and I guess the company he was with must have come in. Like, so they made it. Okay, they kind of gave us an explanation. And I'm fine with it. Anything that shows more Diane and Alexis at work, I'll take it.
Yeah, no, that's true. And I mean, clearly if Dad's moving to town and he's back in the States, sure, hey, I'll move in to be in the same town area. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I did like at least, it was just by happenstance that he went to the same law firm where that he conveniently came across a picture of Lucas.
He was like, who that? like what that is.
Yeah, so it wasn't like some what I like about this, it seems so far just on the surface, all just kind of like coincidental interactions with, them and surrounding them meeting in Florida, in Miami, them having this connection there from Alexis and Diane's office, and you know, we'll see, what the Sidwell family brings to Port Charles.
The company JNS, Jen Sidwell. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I'm thinking that's what it's all about. He's a lawyer for that family, for their family. So I mean, him and his dad are probably fine.
Yeah.
So, I mean, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I have no problem. He's hot. Anybody hot, I'll take. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
And somebody coming in hot on Natalia, like, thanks, mom. Blah.
Like, what are you doing here, mom? I'm like, oops. She was like, hello. He was like, hello. They're like, hello. And I was like, so I want to see the conversation. I do definitely want to see the conversation. But the whole thing is, I'm liking this Jen Sidwell thing. They're centering him in town. They're kind of establishing him, and his character. I mean, him and Lucy are just like hilarious together too. And there could be, I mean, there could be something. I don't know. It could be something. I love the fan. Like the half the town doesn't trust him. The other half is like, oh, he's okay. So it'll be fun to see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because I feel like it depends on how invested the show is in Lucy. Like Lucy is kind of, like she hovers around the perimeter a lot, but she's not got a lot of like main focus. So pairing her with somebody that you're gonna make kind of like at least for the at the very least a new family in Port Charles, in terms of them being good, bad, gray, in between, who knows? But you know, uh, is Lucy high enough profile to be paired up with Sidwell?
I think she is. I would love to have them get married. It'd be kind of funny. I would totally get a bit crazy because I think he's amused by her. He's really amused by her, and I think that'd be kind of fun to secure her on the show a little more too. And I mean, I would love it. I mean, Lucy was a major character years ago, decades ago. Obviously, she was. And folks don't remember. So speaking of the 6th anniversary, she started out as a mousy librarian. If you all remember that, she was a mousy librarian, and then transformed into one of Alan's wives, and then all this stuff. So I mean, it's very much she is somebody who's really good. I mean, I think she should be on the show more. It'd be kind of fun to have her on, and I mean, it was just So Lucy would ask a serial killer to nurse's ball if he got money. That's all I care about. The nurse's ball. I mean, we talk about that too, kind of, because it involves Sidwell. She was pitching Sidwell. We saw flashbacks of her different outfits and stuff, and it was kind of cool. I didn't expect nurse's ball to come back. I didn't expect it was coming. So it's come back in March, you guys. Didn't expect that. And to have Lucy really pitch it to him was a cool way of talking about it. I think it was a cool way of talking about it.
Yeah, yes.
Oh my god. Yeah, Frank's never been the most. I remember he's never been the most excited with the nurse's ball. I know.
Oh, well, I mean, I love it for how dumb it is.
I know. I know.
Yes.
I know.
And so to have it back and to see, George, Pinocchio,
Yes.
your
favorite. The red carpet's your favorite. That's the whole thing.
Oh, it is. It's just that anybody's actually invested
Yeah.
in this ball.
We won't have Brad and Britt eating and making fun of them at home.
Well, we'll have Brad, but who will be Brad's new wing person? I'll be curious.
See, I kind of want Brad and Portia to become friends in a weird way. Like right now, let's go right into that, because that made me laugh. That whole situation made me laugh because she got the upper hand off. So she's like, well, the bets are off now because he's like, I didn't tell you, because he didn't. I mean, he didn't. So Selena, and he's like, don't fire me, please don't fire me. He's like, and then when homeboy came, he goes, I'll talk to you later. Just go away. Just go away. Oh my God, he begged for his job, and she's like, okay. I kind of like them together in a weird way. There's something there, and I don't know. They kind of both need each other. Kind
of. I agree, and yet I mean, I could see, like, I would have loved to have seen Brad at least give Portia a heads up once he gave that information. And for him to come into the office now and just be like, well, what do you mean? I just gave it to her. Like, come on, dude. You know that was you giving it to anybody was bad, but yes, you didn't have any control that it was going to end up in Drew's hands, but you should have at least given Portia a heads up.
Oh, I mentioned Albrecht and Franco. Yeah, they were friends. I forgot that they were friends. That's right. Albrecht and Franco were friends. Let's see what's going on. Oh, Michelle Stafford running. Is she hosting Crimson? Yeah, yes, it's cheese. Okay, folks. But it's funny when Lucy was talking about why it started. I got a little misty a little bit because we're talking 30 years ago, Frank. I mean, this is 31 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was watching the show then too, of course. And it was a very different time, folks. I mean, when AIDS was like, it was scary. And now it's much different now. But why they started it, it was like, she mentioned people, she mentioned some of the old characters we lost. I forgot, oh, that's what that guy she used to work with he died. And it's like, it was like, I forgot about all that. And just mentioning Robin and it's, I mean, all that stuff. I thought it was such a good thing. And every once in a while, and Frank will have to admit this, every once in a while, there's a good performance or two every year out of it.
There is I mean, usually there's at least one decent one out of
Like Wally Kurtzman sings. Obviously, when he performs,
yeah.
it's good. There was always a good performance here and there. The whole nurse's opening is cheesy, but I love it. It's painful. I love it. I love it. And they raise real money. So I mean, that's the whole thing. It's for real. They actually raise real money. But but it's a tradition. I think the fans, they like it. Yes, it does. Nurse's Ball does actually raise money. They do donate. They do. You can go to their website and tell you all about it. But they actually do raise money. It's not just for shits and giggles. They do. And okay. So I want to go into the 62nd episode. And I actually want to ask Frank a couple of questions.
Ooh.
So I've known Frank 10 years. And when I interviewed Frank, I remember our interview. I remember we met. In the bathhouse, just kidding.
That's
we
right.
met.
The chemistry was off the charts.
In towels.
Yes. Taking a soak.
We met a jacuzzi. No. When I met Frank, we met at a restaurant. We talked. But I don't remember Frank, actually, because I asked you this 10 years ago. I don't remember. When did you start watching General Hospital?
I mean, like occasionally during the summers and when I would go down to visit my grandma in Florida.
That sounds familiar now. That does sound familiar.
Yes. So that my grandma, that was her favorite show. It was always appointment viewing every day, 3 o'clock down in Miami. Everything stopped. We watched General Hospital. But it really was, I'm gonna say, yeah, like when I went to, like, I think early 90s. Early 90s is when I really kind of locked in. So I remember, yeah, that was like when Robert and Anna ended up, blowing up on the boat with Faison, like coming in around that time. Mac being introduced into yeah, Port Charles, back when location on location filming was like, man, all right, yes.
Yes. That's what I want to ask you is too. Who are some of your favorite characters on General Hospital?
Oh, I mean, for me, I don't. Well, coming in, I'm always a sucker for Luke. The whole Bill Eckert and Luke, the return of Luke. Man, I'm always a sucker for that storyline. Robert Scorpio. I mean, Matt is words. I mean, those guys. I enjoy Felicia as well. I mean, I feel like with where she's at now is just not as exciting as what she used to be. But like her return when she came back in, um, yeah, I enjoyed the Wards back when they were on. I thought that was a great dynamic that they brought into the series. So I liked having them. Oh, Justice was great. Mary May. So yeah. I'm trying to think like other more recent. I mean, so I mean, I guess I'm sucked in with more of the older stuff. And Edward, I always liked him. I thought he was great, especially when John Engel came in. Yeah, there was just something I always dug about that. And I guess that's my for Ned as well.
I'm mad. Yes. Another question I wanted to ask you because I would tell everybody my first impression of Frank Moran. I don't know if I ever told you this. I remember when I first met you. I thought you were nice. I was like, he's a straight man who watches soaps. That's literally what I thought. And I go, because I was trying to piece together a panel, and I was like, we don't have any of that. We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that. So I knew for sure And I interviewed a couple of straight guys actually who watch soaps. Straight guys watch soaps too. So I interviewed, but I know for you because you had a big knowledge of General Hospital, which was good. Number one, but he's straight. He's in.
Gee,
So
thank
the
you.
DEI hire.
See, why are we getting rid of this? It helped me.
Exactly for straight people, straight white men. I helped a straight white man. I did.
I mean, I still remember, Stone, AJ, and Jason lifting weights over there at the Quartermains, and that sweat drop coming from Stone to AJ and him freaking out. And we had to learn, like, nope, everybody, that's not how AIDS is transmitted.
Right. Remember all that?
Easy,
Yeah.
AJ called me. AJ was, the big, the very phobic about all that AIDS stuff.
Yes, he was. All that stuff. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of fun. Anyways, okay. But I want to. So Felicia looks young, but she's 62. All right.
for sure. But you should be doing more than being just a patient's advocate. I mean, yes, it gets her in the hospital, and it's something that honors, Bobby, I suppose. But man, she deserves more than just commenting on other people's storylines. She deserves something of her own too.
Right. Frank is great. He is great. Thank you, Mark Anderson.
Oh, that's very kind of
Leonard
you.
Quartermain is what's missing from GH. Well, he's dead in real life. So Tracy is good, but nobody talks big trash like Edward. Edward was the bomb. He was the bomb. I love the family stuff. Luke and Laura and Lucky, OG Quartermain vibes, 70s to 90s. The Cast and I stuff in the 90s with Stefan and Laura, Alexis, Stavros, and Helena. Oh my, that was like
Yeah.
one of my favorite characters of all time is Helena Caststein. One of my favorite characters of all time. I just think Constance Towers, but yeah, we know it originated with the Taylor. But when Constance Towers got in the role, she made it such a complex role. And you believe she was evil.
Mm-hmm.
She did things. She didn't care. She killed her own daughter. She did things. It's like she did something, but she loved Nicholas. That was her Achilles heel. And I believed all of that. I believed all of that. All of it.
Yeah, and like I did not watch. I was not a Days viewer ever, but knew enough just from the pop culture of it all about Patch. So when Stephen Nichols comes over to, it's like, whoa, that's a big deal. Then we got him over here now. That's cool.
Two eyes.
Yeah, that we get to use both eyes. This is
Both
great.
eyes. And he was. Here's the thing. He was really good as Stefan.
Yeah.
He was really good. I mean, that's what's so crazy. It's like he came over and it was like, oh, okay. Anthony Zakara. That's another one. He was good too. There was another that actor, of course, Bruce Weiss, who was on Hill Street Blues and stuff. He's another one of those. I mean, even what's his name who played Mike? And I'm thinking of his real name in real life too. He's another one of those who've been around for years, like Barney Miller and all this stuff. He's been they got some. Over the years they've gotten some really good character actors on this show.
Yeah, Max Gale, man, bringing it in.
Max Gale,
and then I just read that like Ron Hale passed recently as well.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's not another one. It's another. He was great. He was great also. Yes, Helena, a true villain. Yes, yeah, she was. And William DeVry, he did a great job as Julian. I mean, Julian was such a sad sack character, but he did play him really. He played him really well. I mean, he played him really, really well.
It was frustrating because the drums come in with such heat where Ava kills Connie. Like, boy, that's what a way to bring you in. But then, the way they handled the Jerome family, it was just like they always had to lose against Sonny. And so it just became like when you're always writing this character to lose, then you really have, like, what's the point of this guy? You're right. He just becomes a sad sack.
Jerry Jacks, I agree with you. Sebastian Roche played that character so well. He was so good. And again, would do stuff.
Yeah, what a great reinvention of that character. I mean, Jerry Jacks before originally with the original actor's fine, hooked up with Bobby for a little bit. That's all right.
Yes, right.
Coming in with the maid over face and stuff, and with Sebastian in the role, boy, talk about a character just doing a 180 on a character, but for the better.
Adrienne Barbeau. What's funny is Adrienne Barbeau. So she's been in a lot of stuff. She was also on my Sons of Anarchy. She was really good at too. I know the Barbeau family. They're from Sacramento, actually. So I know several of the Barbeaus, actually. It's kind of funny over the years. One of them is actually a musician. Also, he put out albums. She was good when she was with Brenda and all that. I remember that she was ruthless. She was good. I don't remember Daniel Benzali, so I don't remember who that was. But Adrienne Barbeau, I do remember that. I say all this because they decided to do something different with the 62nd episode. They decided to do kind of a tribute to Monica and the hospital. Now, Tammy Govan said every time he said 62, she took a drink, and she was drunk by the end of the show. That's part of it. But for me, I think Frank and I are about to differ. Actually, I didn't mind the episode at all. I thought it was fine. It's funny when you go to that wall. It's weird because, like I said, we know that Britt in real life is not dead. Most of the ones on the wall, they're actually dead in real life. So it's kind of like it's a double tribute. But you would have to. But Britt is dead on the show, and that she has to be up there. So it's kind of trippy seeing her up there, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the only one that may not is Brad Mall, Tony.
Oh, I guess yeah, he's on it. So yes, it's him to both of them. Okay, yeah, both. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean, I would think, yeah, I think that's the only other person that I think that's on there that is
Oh, the
not.
rest are dead.
I am, and this comes back to our long chats, our polls,
Yes.
our feelings from the listeners and viewers of our show about the Monica situation. And I mean, I've made my point very clear that it's like I want the character of Monica to continue, but let us honor everything that Leslie Charleston did for this role and for the show while she was here. And this was a problematic episode for me. It's been for coming up for this, where it's just all these things that are happening that Monica's doing off camera, that people are mentioning, and that she made this deal with the crypt and all this stuff. And it's tough because this would have been a great episode to to reintroduce. If you're celebrating Monica, would have been what a great way to recast and bring her in on this episode. Is because we're honoring the show and the character. And yet, I also admit that when you cut to the plaque and there's Leslie Charlton's photo on there, yes, it tugs at the heartstrings for sure. But I still think that there's a lot that Monica can do for the show as a character that it just, man, it is tough. I don't know how much longer. I mean, whatever the show is planned, clearly they have ideas and plans in motion and stuff. And it all seems to be leaning towards more like we're going to be saying goodbye to Monica as opposed to any sort of recast.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep, for me at least, being invested in all this when Monica is just always mentioned as an off camera presence doing this stuff. It's like, ugh, have her back in there, have her be a character, honor the heck out of Leslie, please. But boy, this character is just, I still think, a very vital part. And you want to see her in person doing these things with Drew, with Jason, with Tracy, dealing with stuff is on the board for the hospital, all that stuff. There is so much other stuff that she could be doing. All the kids at the Quartermain residence, her and Yuri, what's their dynamic like? We always get teased about that, but it's like, boy, it would be able to be great to see more about that. There's so much stuff to me, and I know it's a 50-50 split, it seems like, amongst the fans, but for me, man, this 60-second episode would have been a great chat to show a recast of Monica and bring her in just as and just get all the accolades that character within the show deserves.
Well, it's not as really they don't recast it, so that's why I didn't expect it. I thought they're gonna explain away why she's not there, which they did. Jason should. I agree with you in the chat. Jason should have been there. I don't know why Jason wasn't there. He should have been there, but he was busy with Carly. I like the new set. I thought it was cute. Set. The picture was too small. Come on, folks. It's Monica Quartermain. It's like a thumbnail. Come on, people. It can be a little bigger. But I thought the set was cute. It was a nice, cute set.
I would be curious to see how much we actually spend in that.
I think we're going to get Sunny.
Mm.
It's all leading to Sunny. Because clearly, Sunny's going to have a heart issue on the cardiac side. So I think we'll see more of that set because of him. But I thought it was the people who were talking to each other. The Ned Tracy conversation gave me a little teary eyed. It's kind of like talking about how him and Alan they were brother and sister, and they had a special relationship. And Tracy just being introspective as usual about that. Having what's his name go there to say goodbye to kind of looking at Epiphany, kind of just say I just want to say hi to some of these folks. You're not here. It's like it was just such a it was very cool. I just thought I know it was Sunny was standing there. It was Sunny was standing. That's right. It was Sunny was standing there. And he was looking at Epiphany and all that. I was like, yeah. It was very much a standalone episode, Angel. I think it was very much just kind of like I think it's setting up for Sunny's gonna have surgery there and not in California. He's gonna get himself in a situation, he's being stubborn. I already see it coming already, right? And it'll be there. And Dr. Gannon will probably have to do something.
Yeah, I mean, we keep stressing and hitting that over the head, like, you got what happens if something happens, and why are we delaying the surgery? So, you're right, James. Yeah, it's all going to come down to that swanky new center.
Now here, and at the very end, Sidwell's like, "Hi, I'm footing the ball." Everybody's like, "Yeah, great." But I have to say, so this week on Bold and Beautiful, last week on Bold and Beautiful, we had these unexpected. There was like unexpected emotional scenes between two characters. And you guys who watch our shows know what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, Rachel Ames isn't dead. She's 95. Who plays Audra Hardy.
Oh, nice. That's great.
We didn't know kids, so she's not in the public eye anymore, so we didn't know. Okay, thanks for telling us though. Thanks for telling us. This unexpected scenes between Jason and Carly at the house, at her house, and the moth. Yes. They went way back. She was like, when I made that first mistake with sleeping with Sunny, and I was obviously Sarah Joy Brown playing her, but like the both of them, they still got it. The two actors, I say Steve Burton and her, they did it. I don't know. It was unexpected they were going to be that heartfelt and how he expressed her, because they are like best friends. I love those scenes.
Yeah, it's always great when you can have two people just talk about how they care about each other and the depths of their feelings towards each other. Always great. And they always do well when they're given that type of stuff. And interesting to for Carly to have that just a bit of insights, like, I know how I used to micromanage your love life.
Yes.
And so, I guess I have a feeling of what it's like now when I keep hearing all these people chirping in my ear about me and Brennan. So I like her at least being self-aware enough about that to realize, like, yeah, all right. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop doing it, but boy, I know what it feels like.
Well, she said certain things, and when he said, "After I lost Sam,"
yeah,
there it is, and that makes sense that he's clinging on to Harley even more, because he just thought we'd always be together. We're not together, but he'd always be around.
Yeah,
and that Sam is gone, which has had a profound loss for a lot of people there. It was very cool for him to say that, and then say it to Carly, and he knows Carly's gonna do whatever she wants. So, but he said, if I'm right, blah blah. But if you're right, he said, I'll be there for you, which he will.
No, I mean, and that's the kind of friends I think that's the kind of friend that everybody wants. That you can have disagreements, but when push comes to shove, that person's still going to be in your corner, and that's what everybody wants.
Michelle asked, "Do you think Sunny will get Monica's heart?" See, my thing is, okay, that leads into the Rick Elizabeth stuff, because Rick woke up. Thank you, Jesus. Ooh,
yeah.
But Frank, it took 2 days for us to see them again. It was like, where'd it go? this might the show go. What about Rick and Rick? Okay, like all of a sudden they had that thing happen. They brought it up. Then they didn't talk for 2 days. They didn't talk about them.
That's a frustrating thing, because if it had been a Jason, a Sunny, a Carly, boy, they would have been front burner being in that hospital room with people coming to visit.
Right.
Then you go down a rung or two, and then it's Rick, and it's like, we don't need to see him all the time, right? We can just come in when we actually need it.
Right. So it's kind of like, okay, but I just it's why is Jason visited Liz? We're getting there. Everybody's getting there. There's a lot going on in Port Charles right now, folks. A lot going on. But
And I would imagine that because he did say he was there, he would go and see her.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I imagine that they chatted off camera, and I don't know what was there going to be said. That I mean, I could feel like that was not a scene that I felt was missing, or like,
But there are liaison fans who won it. That's why I acknowledge them. They won. They won it.
uh,
That's it. Because I don't want them hating me. But yeah, Ray was like, yeah, thank God. I seriously was nervous. I'm telling you, because this show has no shame. I was like, you better not get rid of Rick Hurst to save Sonny, or so I'm like, nope. Everybody in chat they want Rick. This is one of the few times because I'm comparing it to Lucky in the storyline, who I'm just not excited about at all. The Rick return has worked.
yes.
It has. They've completely put him in the right storylines. He's the right profession. The daughter. He so far is like when he had Ava come in there trying to talk to him. Like, come on, there's something there's a caring there too. There's something that she likes him. He just brings a different type of energy to General Hospital. Like I said, I never knew I missed him as much as I now have him back.
And I think it it makes the Christina storyline be able to move forward in a way that is not. I mean, had she killed Rick, like there's really there's really no coming back from that one. At some point, she would have to pay for that crime. And see you later, Christina. You're going to prison. Uh,
But
this is now just an attempted murder, which doesn't seem so bad, I guess, and gives at least reason for Lucky to continue to want to help her in the cover up as it goes forward. Because if
well,
Rick had died, I don't think there's Lucky's not going to stand by on a cover up on that.
you don't think so? The preview says you need to be you need to pay for this or whatever. He said to her in the preview. So I
Yeah,
don't know either. And I'm like, I keep thinking she told him she did it. In the heat of the moment, she
yeah.
told him she did it. So I'm like, how are they gonna play out? Because he's like, listen, I'm talking, So when he finally got to her, I was like, yep.
Yeah. And it does explain like one of the issues that I had. Well, still, it's weird, but I thought like that was Rick's card, Ava's spot, but everybody agreed that it was Ava's car that it went there. Where I'm just like, wow, Ava and Rick are close. Where he just takes her car to go drop Liz off. That was like, oh, well, there you go.
But everybody in the chat likes Rick. It's kind of funny. He's one of, like I say, he's one of the few characters that actually worked.
Yeah.
So contrast that to Lucky.
Virtual and last thing is we do get to see Rick groggily remember seeing Christina out there staring at him.
So they're leading that to because Ava was going to get this car checked.
Yeah.
Brakes were cut, bitch. She's like, okay, she's gonna put two together. Christina's, oh my god, here's the point, folks. She's supposed to be wonderfully neurotic and crazed and impulsive, and homegirl Kate Manzi is playing that. She's playing that brilliantly, actually. She makes you just want to throw Christina in the water, the ocean. I'm like, I'm so over Christina. And she caught, and so when we said, you gotta tell me why you just said her almost killed Elizabeth. Like, I want her to, she can't just get away with it, obviously.
No, and nor should she. But and I feel like Christina, there's no going to be like rationalizing or talking her way out of this one. She's got some sort of fate, whether it's a true legal consequence or Ava and Rick are going to hold her over the coals to like, hey, you have to talk to your dad and get me full custody of Avery, or I'm gonna tell him go to the police with you cutting the brake lines. Whatever it is, I would like to see Christina have her feet put to the fire for a while in this.
I do too. But homegirl, she's losing it. Oh, she's at chapel. Oh my God. And Lexus and Molly walk in.
But this is what I wanted. And she had to do something rash. Like we've been
Yes.
building up for this for so long. Like, perfect. I'm glad that she did something, and now we can see what comes out of the aftermath.
I think it's because she didn't seem crazy before she cut the brakes. This girl is aggravating. She ate the whole altar candles and all. Yeah, I mean, she's working it out. I mean, I give it to her. I mean, Kate's playing her good. I mean, she's playing her really well. But it's that same thing. It's the same note. She sees Ava, she's mad at her. She sees Ava, she's mad at her. She sees Ava, she's mad at her. It's the same note.
Yeah. And
You know,
so
so
now
this
finally
actually
they
gave her a
did something.
little. This gave her right, gave her a little extra. Um, it's. I was just glad Rick woke up. I was like, for a while, like, why is he not waking up? But they gave Elizabeth a broken leg. Well, that's real life. I wonder.
I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe she broke her leg just to be able to commit fully to the
Yeah,
character.
right. Exactly. Yes, and um,
But
so,
are you
so
happy because you expressed your frustration with Lucky? Do you
yeah,
now enjoy like the storyline of him just being a at-home caretaker for her as she recovers?
no, I not exciting whatsoever. It's not what I meant. I used to be more specific in my wishes. What do I wish for, Frank? I wish I'm okay with Lucky and Elizabeth getting back together. I'm okay with them kind of falling back in love. I need more though for Lucky.
For sure. Uh, and I'll be curious to see what comes out of this conversation between him and Christina. Does
Yes,
he decide to help her try to cover it up? And I feel like that's just then a grenade that can explode at a later time between him and Elizabeth when it comes to find out, like, we almost died. And you try to help the person that did it cover it up?
but the fans were like, but she blurted it out. Why did she blurt it out? She was upset.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
mean,
was upset.
yeah, I mean, she was right there at the scene of the accident, seeing what happened and realizing that, oh, holy cow, it wasn't Ava, it was somebody, it was a person that, while I'm not a fan of, also got injured. Oh, plus Elizabeth, who I've got no issues with.
Right. And her whole leg is all busted. So I'm like, wow, that's a 3 to 6 months.
But we don't need to see that in real time,
I
GH.
know. I know.
Don't need to.
You know, so yeah, they're going to do that. But I thought it was just very interesting. I'm like, wow, okay.
We don't need to like do like a rear window storyline with a
No, no,
Elizabeth.
yeah, no, yeah, no, not at all. No, at all.
Take the shirt as well.
Here we go, kid. No, good hats.
Oh,
Do horror shows, not on Sundays.
yeah.
No horror, no horror. Yeah, no, this is the bump we needed for Christina to do something because we're tired of saying her and Ava fighting, her and Ava fighting. Like we needed something to go forward, and I agree with Frank completely. This is what we needed. It's cuckoo crazy. Molly's like, I love you, sis. Like, when that finds out, oh my god, it's gonna be like, oh my god, it's gonna be so bad.
And,
I'm so glad you're gonna give it to Davis girls. I'm like, oh, not for long.
and Christina's messy, which is great because her attempts to do this to get back at Ava should be messy as well. So this all fits. It's all on brand for Christina.
Jason wants to protect Carly, of course. That's his whole thing. But literally, he's like, it's a world I don't know. I know this world. I don't know that world.
Yeah.
That's why I feel okay over here. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah, and also there's also just a little because for the past 3 years, he was basically just a tool for the WSB
Yeah.
or the FBI, excuse me.
FBI, yeah.
So, well, which I mean, I guess is not the WSB, so that's more international. FBI is
Yeah.
domestic. So, all right, so but I feel like
That's the thing. He knows the play. He knows the players in Sonny's world.
yeah,
That makes sense. That makes sense. And Carly and Sonny had a moment. I never bet against Carly Spencer. I never bet against you either. It was a cute moment. It was a cute moment. I mean, they're not getting back together, folks. Don't worry. But I like that they're still connected. So
yeah. Which I feel like those are some of the best relationships and scenes can come out of, where it's even like All My Children. You've got Adam with all his various
yes.
ex-wives.
Yep.
Anytime an ex-wife gets in danger, you see him right there in the hospital.
Yep.
Boom. Him with Brooke, tell me what you want and I'll make it happen. Oh, yes. Adam, the best. So yeah, Sonny and Carly, being friendly, works for me.
Yeah. It's funny because Crystal's all the problem is they gave Christina way too much screen time. No, that wasn't the problem.
Oh,
Writing issues were a problem. There was some problem. Writing issues were the problem. hey, after what Rick did to Nina with again, no consequence. I don't care what happened to him. No, I like the Rick is again. I did a show this week called Jay's Dirty Deeds. Check it out, where I talk about the whole concept of villains getting comeuppance. Literally, everybody does stuff wrong in the show. If they were put away, we'd have no show. Or if they were killed, we'd have no show. Like I always suspend belief a little bit on some of these because these are characters we want to see. So it's not believable. Yeah, it's not completely believable. They get off of stuff, but it's kind of like if they really did get their comeuppance, that's death or jail.
Yeah.
I mean that's it. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. So it's yeah.
I mean, at this point, we just have Geo playing his violin. And do we want to watch that for an hour, 5 days a
No,
week?
not at all. But the actor, we like the actor. He's really good
Yes.
at playing this character. And again, I'm glad he woke up. But he's going to start remembering stuff. That's what's going to happen. And meanwhile, Holmgren's at the mechanic going, what happened?
And
Also,
did like Ava pushing back on Alexis when she went to go
oh,
visit
yeah.
him, and he wakes up and he's like, I am not gonna be just, I care about the Rick. Nobody was around. I'm not gonna be sitting here like, placating your cuckoo daughter.
Yes. Yes. I like that too. I was like, tell him, Abe. I'm like, hello. He goes, hospital's a public place. I just couldn't say anything.
Yeah.
He's like, this is a public place. So I want to come. I can come here if I want to. Like, you can just, like, I don't need your crazy daughter. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Christina's nuts. She's on, and she praying. When she was praying to God, like, I know I asked for a lot. I'm like, okay, go, don't do it. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. I was like, you injured two people. Like, she really did. She injured two people. It's gonna be, oh my God. When Ava finds out it's Christina, it's on. Sorry, feels about Sunny. She found out about Sunny. Now Christina. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be totally messy. I like, Ava's gonna relish when she finds out what Christina did. Oh, it's gonna be like, oh, Christina.
Oh, oh yeah. Just just bending her over a barrel and saying, all right, you just talk to your dad, get me that full custody, and we're all good for now.
And another storyline, Frank, I just can't take. It starts with a D, ends with a W.
Ooh.
Drew is too much.
Oh.
Too much. And number one, this story with Kai Taylor, I just don't care.
It is. Oh, oh boy. It's like we just don't know enough about the character other than that he's a football player and he's got, some kind of relationship developing with Trina. But we just don't know enough to like care enough about like him that being robbed of a future of football or him being in danger of maybe never being able to walk again. Like, yes, concerns for the character, but we don't care. We don't really know him well enough to really be like, oh, super invested.
Not at all. And we never see his family. They mentioned we need a parent to sign off on it. We don't know. We don't know nothing. And so unless they're going to cast it, I have no idea. I guess they're going to cast it. But Drew taking interest, I'm with Trina. Like, this doesn't sound too good to be true. Like, what if just something happens? That's it. Like, why did you do this for you? It's like, yeah, okay, come on, folks. And then, of course, Drew had a fight with Curtis about it.
Oh, I mean, this Curtis and Drew stuff, it feels like a lot of just like slap fighting between the two of them, where they're always just going like this at each other.
Yes.
And I did like Drew saying like, "Hey, it's like what I did for you, Curtis, by giving you a job, with Aurora Media and their wellness stuff. I elevated you." Oh boy.
So they're all. I actually like Drew being bad. He's more interesting when he's intense. I don't mind him being bad. I love to hate the character. But it's like it's just not doing anything for me. The Drew Kai stuff, I'm like, okay. I mean,
Did you see? I saw what I think in one of the Facebook groups posting this. I suppose a theory or a conjecture
Uh-oh, I'm scared.
about the Drew storyline, where it is Kim coming back with the real Drew, and that this Drew is Shiloh.
That's it. I just see that. Shiloh dead, kids. Dead. Um, I don't think it's a twin or anybody crazy. I think it's just him. He just the writer decided to make him a villain, and he's a villain. That happens. Some good guys go, some good girls go bad, some good bad girls go good. I mean, it's a thing. And the thing about Drew is he doesn't care either. He don't care about anybody. He'll say anything to you. He don't care. He'll say anything to you. When he stormed into Portia's office,
Oh man, just so yes.
I'm like, she was like, "What? Excuse me?" Like, I was threatening her. He's like, "Well, I can't have what Curtis does." Blah blah. But it's like I see something's going to happen. Something's going to happen to him. I can tell already it's going to happen. They're building it. They're building it.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I would love for that Shiloh thing to be true. Be so bonkers.
It would be bonkers. It was like, oh my god, there's a real Drew somewhere. That'd be crazy. I think it's real Drew. I think that it's gone to his head.
But yeah, but like the Shiloh, a Shiloh with a Kim and a Drew thing, boy, that's the kind of twist that you live for a soap to pull, just because it's so crazy, crazy bananas. Sign me up. Sign me up.
Yes, I mean I'm fine too. They mentioned that Tamara Braun has now left Days of Our Lives again.
She's free and available.
He mentioned I see that when they want Kim to come back with Drew's child or Julian's child or whoever's child. I don't need that to happen at the moment. I'm like, I'm good. I love Tamara Braun, but I don't need that to happen. I'm tired of all these kids. I mean, I will take the gavel out and I'm all, no more kids. No more kids. Me and Judge Judy, no more kids.
Oh. And then having that conversation with Alexis too, where he's like, "I wasn't asking you if it was
I
fine."
know, so rude.
Yeah.
I wasn't asking you. I'm just letting you know. I'm like, oh my
Which
god.
is why I'm waiting for this real will of Sam's to come out. Like we saw that on Diane's desk. Why is that not being brought up? Why at no time has Diane said to Alexis, "Oh wait, yeah, here's Sam's real will."
So there's something on it. There's something on it. There's something in that will. It's funny because I was watching some folks. I watched Matlock, and Thursday night episode was a big twist at the end.
Oh,
File. So I kept thinking about that with General Hospital because she's carrying out that file of Drew. I'm like, what could possibly be in there? That's whatever. So I think it could be something interesting if they use the whole programming stuff back in the day. If they use he's just cuckoo crazy because he lost his brother. Like, I don't know. I mean, it could be. I mean, because Drew is like he has part of Jason's memories, but he has his own memories. Like this, it could be just a scrambling of his brain. Who knows, right?
very true. Or it could be that Shiloh, got plastic surgery and also then took Drew's memories and dumped them into his head.
Well, I hope not. I don't.
Bring on the crazy train. I am for whatever makes this show bonkers.
He is ready. He's ready to do that. Where am I going next? Where should we go next? Y'all let you choose.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think what else we may
Well,
not.
we had a couple of things. I'm just thinking where am I going next? Let's see.
Oh well, we've got the whole, the whole freaking Sonny and Jason trip to Toronto turned out to be a bust.
Zelensky.
Like so he's dead. We've got computers. We'll see what Brick gets out of the computers. We get zero names. Ugh.
Yeah, that storyline. I mean, it's just weird the timing because you have this explosion. Obviously Chad Duell leaves, but you don't follow up with it. I mean, just kind of like it got kind of like it was focused on Michael's recovery somewhere else, but not who was doing it. Kind of like that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just like, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I'm excited anymore to find out who did it at this point.
Yeah, and by all accounts, from anything we hear from phone conversations with Michael, everything's going well. So like,
Yeah,
yeah, he's going great. So whether it's Michael, whether it's Chad Duell or a recast, you
right.
know, we should see Michael back, in the next few months.
Oh, Matlock. Oh, so that turn on. Thank you for recommending it. I think that was a wonderful homage to the original series. How do you feel, Andy Griffith, feel about it? I don't know Andy Griffith to actually know what he would think. But the show is so different than the original Matlock, obviously. She explains why it's a tribute to that show. So the tribute within a tribute.
Yeah.
You might think it's funny. I mean, Kelly Bates is an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, Oscar-winning actress. I mean, at least it's high caliber. You might like it. I don't know. I think the show is so good. I'm invested in it. I'm invested in the show. I'm invested in the characters. I'm invested to see what happens. In this last episode, it really gave us a bunch of stuff. So
No, I'm what I watched the pilot and really loved the pilot, and then I just never got around to watching the rest of the episodes. But I've made my way through like the next four, and it's just great. It's great. So
and they're bringing Paradise to ABC, folks. I
for
raved about the
yeah.
series on Hulu. I raved about it. I loved it. They're bringing it to ABC. So you hear me talk. It's called Paradise. Check it out. You won't be sorry.
Great show.
I know, seriously. I mean, seriously, a good show. Check it out. We're missing a couple of things. I think, okay, what are we missing? Not that much, but we're missing a couple of things. Oh, yeah. Well, we kind of touched on it. So Sidwell's going to give them the whatever they need at Deception. They had a couple of meetings.
And we do get to see Sasha and Sidwell have another chat.
Yes.
Where it's like, yeah, how, you better tell me you're on the up and up, or I'm gonna blow this up, and I don't care about the money.
They're like, girl, you will. You're a child. But that's also another thing too. I mean, so we have that going on, whole Sidwell and all that going on, and they're gonna get their titanium where they're gonna get over there. But the Jason stuff, like it was brought to her attention. Well, police was like, "Are you gonna put him on a step dresser yet?" I mean, like there's a lot of stuff that I was like, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do?" And it looks like Jason's gonna go for it.
This is another storyline. I mean, we do see him that scene with Diane where he explains why he's not going to tell Carly because
Yes,
Carly can't play it cool whatsoever,
right.
which makes sense, and that he doesn't trust her given the Brennan situation. But that was
Yeah,
before they had the big chat. So, whether he then has a different mind based
yeah.
on that chat, I don't know. We'll see. Uh, but at least for now, we know why he hasn't said anything to Carly yet. I don't know.
Yes.
This is another storyline that it's also like I needed to get to the next step because I can't have another scene where Felicia is reminding her about, you always have a Scorpio family. I
Right.
can't have that. I can't have Sasha and Jason talk about why it's so important that Willow doesn't find out that they slept together
Right.
because of the kids. We could lose custody. Like, oh my God. All this stuff I just can't stand. Just like I feel like, and it's an absence of having Michael there that we're just kind of spinning our wheels in a lot of the same
Yeah.
type of scenes. I'm like, holy cow, guys, no
Feel the
more.
stomach, right? It kicked. The baby kicked.
Ugh. So yeah, I'm not digging the storyline. I just like, let's cut to 5 months from now and Sasha's having this baby. Ugh.
Well, do you think folks at home and Frank Moran here on Zoom are Sasha and Jason gonna fall in love with each other?
Ugh. I have no interest in that.
Me either.
Uh, I mean, and so far, like the show has not seemed like this seems like definitely like he is helping because he cares about Michael. And that's why he's doing this. So we're not really seeing like, and I feel like he has some respect and appreciation for Sasha, but I don't see it as a romantic one. And I don't see her having that kind of romantic feeling about him either.
I
That's
agree.
not to say that that can't change as it gets closer to the baby being due,
Yeah,
but ugh.
true. Maxie still had a raspy voice.
Oh yeah.
There was a scene where Tracy was kind of smiling and laughing at her a little bit. I was like, okay, she's trying to talk. She was like,
And I like that Tracy, she's abstaining from the whole Sidwell
Yep.
decision. She goes like, I want to
Yep.
be able to say, I told you so later. So,
Yeah. And was so did Natalia too.
yeah.
Said, nope, not saying nothing.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
not getting involved because she has her own secret they don't know about, but it was smart for her to say, yeah, I'm good.
I gotta imagine that secret comes out at the nurse's ball.
Oh, yeah, I agree. That's what I agree. I think they're setting it up.
Yeah.
They're setting
And I mean, that could probably be the first time that maybe father or mother and son see each other.
Yes. Hmm. Interesting.
Oh yeah, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the first Sidwell and son scene. That'll be curious. Uh,
Yes. I'm curious about them in a relationship. But again, it's the actors too. I'm really curious if the actors are bringing it, and
yeah,
I'm like, I want to see what they bring to the table with this. Um, so I mean, I think General Hospital is mid level right now. It's like mid level. There's some good stuff, and there's some not so good stuff. There's some plain stuff. There's some nothing super exciting, but there's like stuff. It needs a boost of some sort. I think I don't know what it is. It needs something.
yeah, and I mean, I guess that's always a tough thing. Like we never know exactly how much of this is real life stuff with actor schedules or budgets and stuff that is affecting how these storylines are rolling out versus, man, the writing could be stepped up better. Admittedly, if we had to write, scenes again and again and again of Sasha and Felicia talking about the baby or Jason
Yes,
and Sasha, like it's going to be tough to be able to come up with consistently entertaining, but yet, essentially wheel spinning scenes. So that's going to be tough for anybody to do again and again and again.
um, because we're just like, um, and because I don't like the repeat dialogue. I know some social repeat dialogue it just happens, but it's kind of it's some it's a little repetitive and more so. So I need to see movement from Sasha and Jay. I need to see some movement,
Yeah.
something drastic movement. I need something drastic.
Uh, for sure. Like, yeah. And I don't, hopefully, I mean, the nurse's ball should be here within like a month or so.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
a May 25th, I think, or so or something.
oh, so like we're like 5 weeks out, maybe five,
Yeah,
6.
yeah. So it's coming, you guys. Which I'm okay with it. It's cheese. It's all Frank's cheese, but it's a welcome cheese for me.
It's and we're gonna get to see the llama back, which is all we care about.
Uh, oh my god! On the second episode, that made me laugh. The free deception products. Good old Deanna, the nurse, was said she couldn't stop, and Amy couldn't stop talking. I mean, hello, Amy's like, it's free. Oh my god!
And I did like just Terry and Portia just throwing shade at Amy, like, where's Amy? Well, she's she got herself out of doing this work. Oh,
Yeah,
this
that's
girl.
yes.
And then what? Uh, we got Felicia up there making sure, like, oh, can we get a free bags of as
Yeah, I
patient
know. Like,
Ella and Felicia? Like, oh yeah, you guys can get some too.
like, I mean, they are selling stuff for real, folks. Stuff's being sold for real. So that's what they're doing. The little product placement. Product placement. Um,
Buy some for yourself or the loved ones in your life.
yes. And we also saw Sunny and Laura rekindling their friendship.
Yeah.
What nice
Oh,
little conversations they had.
very nice. And of course, we've got the councilman showing up, Daniel
Your buddy, Daniel
Yeah.
Cosgrove,
Oh,
chewing that scenery, chewing it.
and again, just like playing with his tie. Anytime he's kind of
Yes,
pulled on something.
I thought of you. Give that tie. That must be his thing. That must be his thing. We
Oh,
everyone on the show. I have to ask him that. But that, at some point, that's what you mentioned last week. So it's like, I like him. I think he's so smarmy. I love it. I think he don't care. He don't care.
yeah. Uh, and I did like Sunny, like you were like he was expecting Sunny to say something menacing,
Right.
and Sunny just goes like, because that's just rude.
Yeah, I did. He's like, that was hilarious. Oh my god, they're playing it for comedy, but I think they are going to question Laura's abilities, obviously. But I'm loving him just coming in and just like what? I love it. I think he's a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
Breath of fresh
And
air.
I think we know enough about how the real world operates that because we have a more because we were brought inside these conversations between Laura and Sonny and how and their interactions with other people about their relationship, we have a sense that Laura is able to like be, like impartial. She's not letting any of this influence her decisions. But
Right.
that is not how the voting public can see stuff. And that is easy to spin with the media in whatever way. So he could definitely just sit there and just hammer Laura in the press about this relationship with Sonny and just
Yeah.
drag her down.
Um.
And like even like Curtis and Laura having that scene where Curtis even brought that up.
Yes. Oh yeah. They're friends. I'm glad they put them together. I'm glad they got a chance to put them together and talk. Just like they are doing some good history stuff, using Drew and him both know what it's like to have to come back from something in relation to Kai.
Yes.
I think that was brought up. But Drew, I had to laugh though. Like, well, just like me, for you, I gave you all this. He's like, and Chris would say, what the? I mean, Drew was just like, oh my god. I kind of like it 2 days bad, Drew, on some level. Like I do kind of like it, but oh yes, the Sunny surprise with his impression of councilman. I know.
Even Jordan playing that, since Jordan got conscripted into being like Lucy's
Yes,
advocate to get people for for the nurses' ball, but coming to both Drew and Curtis at the same time,
yes,
pitting them against each other.
yes, and they're gonna do it, of course. So that's there we go. Um, let's see, anything else that we're missing? They
Uh,
talked. We had so Lucky Elizabeth basically she's gonna need help. Her leg is all messed up. I want that to turn real life because her leg's obviously they put a whole boot on there and everything.
yeah,
So again, I see more from Lucky than just this. I need some
yeah.
more. Don't know what's going on, but he's gonna be on that tip for a while, helping out Liz.
And it's some point I can't remember like Jake is going to be coming back from his year abroad.
Hopefully.
Yeah, or maybe he's found love in Spain and he's staying there forever. So
Well, then you got oh my god. After the whole dust up between Alexis and Ava, Lucy rolling up. Hi, both of you are here. Alexis did something that was wrong. The writers didn't remember. Alexis said, never have, never will participate. She actually did years ago. Oh, sorry, Alexis, off.
I see what did her and Ned do something?
Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago. He was singing, she was dancing or whatever. So she actually did participate. Sorry, folks, she did. They didn't catch that. But it was kind of funny the way she said it. She was like, bye. That was it. But I just think it's and then when she was talking to Alexis a little bit, I was like, I'll get back to you. Because Alexis, she performed once. You don't own
Oh
me.
yeah.
My little toy. And Ryan was sitting there salivating.
Yeah.
That was that. They mentioned Kevin.
Yeah,
I thought for sure they're gonna be smart ass and be like, I think he's behind some gators. I thought they would do something like he's in Baltimore. They didn't do it. I thought they might do it. They didn't. They didn't. No winky wink. Just said he's not there right now.
he's beyond the gates
Right? He's
of
like,
Washington D.C.
yeah, I think he's back east somewhere. Well, for them, he's south from us. I mean, they didn't do that, but I heard he's doing a great job on that show. I've not watched. He's doing a great job on that show.
And yeah, and I don't know I don't know if if he has a contract role there or if it's just a short term kind of gig.
I have no idea. But him and Katie are both on there, so what's going on? But I heard they're both doing a great job.
Nice.
But we got a Kevin mention. That's why he's not there. That's fine. I think is there anything else?
Yeah. And I'm fine if, I don't need something to happen between Laura and Kevin. Just as long as John is tied up with whatever his commitment is to Beyond the Gates, I'm fine with him just being an off-camera mention.
Yeah. At this point, yeah. I think and Brendan and Carly are getting closer and closer, obviously.
Oh, just smooching away.
They're just like they're wet. They're in bed together. How to get it again? Does anything for me? If it was the other guy, I was in. I'm going along with it. I mean, I'm sorry, folks. I don't see chemistry, but I'm going to go along with it and see how this goes to see if Carly is right or wrong. We have an idea. She's probably wrong, obviously, and Jocelyn will be a part of that. I think.
I don't, I mean, I think at this moment she might be right. That doesn't mean that that could change in the future.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen anything from Brennan that he is, he's trying to get something out of Carly at this point. I think like all his interactions with Carly, he's been upfront with her about it and hasn't been trying to use her for something. But again, that doesn't mean that, when the story calls for it at some point in the future,
Yeah.
that's like the big thing. Like this finally changed where, before it wasn't about, about this, but now you did finally use me.
Right. That's the thing. She's like, he's like, there's things I can't tell you.
Yeah.
There's things I might be on outright lie. Can't live with that. And so, I mean, she's a smitten kid. She's smitten.
Because I mean, everybody said it has been firmly established that, Jack's loyalty is, to the WSB, and this big Carly thing is a big change to this. But so far, the WSB loyalty and the Carly thing have not had to come to, he hasn't had to choose one or the other. He's able to been kind of maintain both.
Yeah.
But I feel like at some point he's going to have to choose, and it seems like the WSB loyalty will win out, and so
Right.
Carly will get screwed at some point.
Oh yeah. That's how much you know. Like anything else?
No, I think
We got everything. We got everything. We really went there was. You're right. There was like just deception stuff like that.
I mean, I did like Jason and Lucas having a scene talking about
Oh
Carly.
yeah,
That was nice.
that's nice. They're related, so to speak. I mean, kind of, through Carly, of course, kind of. But that was kind of cool. And then Lucas and Carly had to talk also. She didn't come home last night. I was laughing.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize you needed me there to feel safe.
I know. I know. It's so funny. Oh my god. But I think that with the Lucas character, they really are fleshing him out a little more. So we just getting my nerves right now, but they're fleshing him out a little bit. So I mean, he's spreading him around, which I kind of like.
Yeah, I just but like you, I just need him to be more secure in relationship stuff
Yeah,
because a little goes a long way with that.
well, I agree with that completely. Well, folks, that's it for this week. I mean, I think it's Joss is coming out back home. Let's see what that all means. Something's going on in the city. Obviously, they're signing her to with Vaughn close by, I guess. I just not a fan. I'm trying to think what else I forgot the scenes for today. I forgot. Well, Ava's gonna find out about the car.
Yes.
So we'll see what's going on there. And hopefully Christina will be honest with Lucky. But I'll be curious to see what Lucky does. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Devin. Thank you guys are coming in, Andrew. I was curious. So we're going to see that this week, you guys. 62 years on the air, folks. 62 years. For me, my favorite characters, I'm a Luke and Laura fan. I started watching in the late 70s. I'm a Luke and Laura fan. I believe it or not, I'm a Carly fan. I actually like Carly, the character Carly. All the Carlys. I actually like them all. So I've always been a fan. I'm probably surprised by that, but I am. I've always been a fan. I was a big fan of Lucky. This alliteration isn't doing anything for me so far, but back in the day, he was everything. He was truly their child.
Yeah.
Just truly a cross.
Much more interesting back when he was younger with Liz.
Yeah.
With Nicholas coming back onto the, when he showed up.
Yeah, because I was an Emily fan. I was an Emily fan. Both Emilys I liked. I liked both Emilys. So I was a big fan of Emily.
Yeah, and I really like the relationship and the friendship that was there between Lucky and Emily as well too.
Yeah,
that was really well developed.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Lucky and Sly
doing their worm business.
Yes, with the dogs.
There you go.
And
why are we bringing back Sly? Well,
I brought that up about a year ago on my shows. I said, "Where are the Eckerts? Where is Sly? I bring him on now. He's an adult." Yeah. They mentioned him once on something. They always go to the Eckerts to get the stuff. I'm like, well, who's left? Like, who? Is it just people working there? Or is like, are there any Eckarts left in town? They are the cousins to the Spencers on the other side. I mean, they're cousins to the mom's side of the family.
Clearly Jenny and Paul had a falling out. So,
Right. Right.
like, how would you feel about knowing that, your ex-husband, was some kind of weird serial killer? Like,
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, and, yeah. Yeah, the store, they go there. They get the pastries. So the store is still there, but I'm saying, but with the family. But I remember once they said Sly was somewhere. I forgot where it was. Like I was like a few years ago. They actually mentioned his name. I was like, oh. So I just wish they would do it. But no, the show is already bloated enough. I know we got enough characters. I guess we got to get through these that we have right here. I still think Drew's gonna get shot or something. I have a feeling something's gonna happen to him because I mean he's pushing way too many buttons.
Yeah.
In his town. That something's gonna happen to him. That I think he may not even die. May just happen to get shot. But I think we're gearing up towards something.
Again, to be beating, a drum again and again. It's like Drew finding out from somebody else that it was like Monica, is the one that, can't do the name, and this whole property issue is gone. Would mean so much more if it was an actual scene between Monica and Drew.
I know.
And it's just like that's why a Monica recast should happen.
I'm with you. That's it. Well, folks, we'll be here next week. We definitely will be here next week. So check us out again next week, God willing. We'll be here. Talking about General Hospital, you guys. Did I tell you anything was going on? Yeah, I did tell you anything was going on. So, Frank, your emails. I guess they're not always excited. People want to know. People still want to know what's going on.
Oh, here we go. A little upward movement.
1325.
Slowly but surely, at least one of these from James Lott Jr. talking about season 2.
Season 3 of
Rapid Arena.
I just released the pictures of the leads. So
I saw that. Look at them.
They like it. They're a little sexy.
Hello.
A little spacious. But the whole cast has already said they're excited. People all of a sudden it was like my number 2 show the other day. People were listening to it again. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just like, we're gonna do this. I wrote the first episode already. And nice. Their character has a major twist.
Ooh, well,
the mayor.
I'm looking forward to doing something very twisty.
Everybody out there, have a good week, you guys. Have a good week. It's we're heading towards